What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Yamcast. Today is episode 24?
24.
24. That's what, half a year? No, 26 would be half a year.
Yep, almost there.
Almost there to half a year's worth of Yamcast. I've got a bit of news from Benelli and some other guys as well from Norton, and then we'll be doing our call-in section, and we've also got a contest at the end. We've got a fun episode for you guys today. Stick around. It's going to be a good one.
Alrighty, so our first piece of news today comes to us from Benelli. Now, Benelli is a company, originally an Italian company, bought by a Chinese company, because like many Italian companies, they could not just buy and sell bikes.
No.
So they had to get some help. And I believe Benelli's one of those companies that does really, really well in Asian markets and does very, very poorly here.
Yes. They have the TNT 600, right?
Yes.
Which is very popular in India because it's priced super competitively and it's still like an inline 4, 600cc, very cool naked bike for that market. But I don't think they sell them here, if I remember correctly.
No, you can get Benelli's here. You absolutely can.
Really? I didn't know that.
You can get them, I believe, at AF1 here in Austin. We can go buy a Benelli if you want.
Or an RSV4 1100 factory.
Yep,
One or the other, an AF1.
On the same showroom floor.
Yep.
But what they are bringing to us is the TRK 502 ADV middleweight adventure bike.
Can we say that's a bad name?
Yes, it is.
That's not a good motorcycle name.
No, it's too many letters and like 502.
502 is not good.
No, that's a bad number.
Yeah. And now let's take a look at the styling here for a sec, because if I squint and I look at the front, I'm like, Triumph Tiger, BMW GS, right?
I squinted at it and I was like, Tiger 800.
Tiger 800, or the new 900 for sure. And then you look further back and it kind of all falls apart.
Yes.
The styling's really kind of funky to me. It looks like they just kind of did it's like a best hits album of the last 10 years of ADV bikes.
All smashed into one.
Yeah.
I mean,
dash looks definitely budget, right?
Yeah, let me pull that back up. You can see it's got a sweeping needle. We always love a sweeping needle.
Love that old school tack on there.
But this is not great.
Yeah.
That's a little disappointing. But hey, it's on an adventure bike, so perhaps not the worst place to have a really simple display.
Hey, if the Tenere 700 gets away with it, we will allow Benelli to get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. I do see here they have two different models. So you see we have an underslung exhaust on this one. And then if we go forward a little, we have a undertail exhaust on that guy.
Is that just a different muffler option or
it's
something
probably
like that?
Slightly taller. This is probably a more dirt-oriented version, and this one's probably a more street-oriented version.
Yeah, I can tell by the 17s and the cast wheels. Yeah.
So this motorcycle, we actually have some specs on it.
Oh, great.
And I'd like to talk about those a little bit. So we're going to set the stage. So the base model, which is the one with the cast wheels, 17s, $6,000. The X version is an extra $1,400, and that's the full ADV kit. So that's $6,399.
That'd only be $400 more, right?
That would only be $400 more. Yeah. Whoops, my math is bad today.
That's okay. I just want to make sure. So you get for $400 more adventure-y kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot of money for more adventure-y stuff.
That's why I think I jumped straight into the $1,400.
Yeah, because you're like, it has to be more. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're getting a 499.6 cc.
That is unnecessary.
Liquid-cooled four-stroke engine. Okay, so it's a parallel twin 500.
Okay. So
it's making
Honda 500, right?
Yeah, it's making a claimed 47 horsepower, which is
A2 compliant.
A2 compliant, and it is. I think that's right in line with the Honda 500s.
I think so. So that's not bad power output.
No, we've got a claimed 33.2 foot-pounds of torque.
Okay.
Which also not bad, and it comes on decently early at 5,000 RPM.
Yeah.
We've got absolutely budget forks. They're big though, 50 millimeter upside down.
50 mil. That's huge. 50 mil is absolutely enormous. Are they sure they measured that right? Is that at the stanchion? That's
got to be
crazy.
like a GP bike runs a 50 millimeter or something
yeah,
like
the
that.
Desert Sled is a 46 mil, and I was like, oh, these are beefy forks. 50 mil forks, that's crazy.
Yeah. And
that
it's
is
got
huge.
It's got 2 ABS calipers up front, which seems a little silly on a bike like that.
Yeah, dual disc is kind of nice though for that.
It
price
is a nice
point.
touch. And then the claimed weight, we have 470 pounds ready to ride.
Interesting. Man, so the first competitor I think of is something like the T7, right? T7 is definitely more off-road focused. You get a way stronger engine out of it. You get the 687cc P-twin from Yamaha.
What does the T7 cost?
It costs right under 10 grand. So
Okay.
this is $4 grand cheaper, which is a lot. That's 40% less for a bike that is obviously not as capable. It doesn't come with the Pirelli Rally Scorpions. It doesn't have the same ground clearance. It doesn't have any of that kind of stuff. It very much is street biased, but you know, I'm thinking another competitor as well would be KTM 390 Adventure.
Yeah.
Right?
My mind leaps straight to the CB500X.
There's that too. Yeah,
which
I always forget about the X.
This is like exactly that competitor.
Yeah.
We'll pull up a little picture of it. Maybe not that little.
It's quite little.
I mean
that looks literally like the Benelli, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's the same idea.
So I mean, this is an interesting bike. This might be.
What's the cost for the X?
Okay, so let's pull that up.
Because that's a direct competitor, right? I mean, it's the same displacement, same ethos, same sport touring / adventure thing.
CB500X price $6,699.
There you go.
Get yourself the Benelli.
Yeah, if you want to save a couple $100.
I wonder. This is one that to me almost feels like it makes sense from a cheaper Chinese bike maker. I mean, it's the power's there. The parts are going to be dirt cheap.
Yep.
They went with a parallel twin, really reliable power plant, assuming they can build it right.
Yeah.
And it's a bike that you're going to take off road for $6,400, beat up. This kind of feels like a no-brainer to me almost.
Yeah. The only thing I think of is this price point. You're talking WR250 money.
Yes.
So if you are thinking about that off-road stuff a lot, definitely look at dual sports because they're
absolutely.
way better and way easier to ride off-road. Because the Benelli still weighs 470 pounds, right?
Yes, that's a big boy.
Because I'm looking at the Honda right here. It says curb weight is at 429. So that's 50 pounds less. So quite a bit lighter than the Benelli. Way easier to handle. Not as dense, which you see on cheaper bikes. You know, they end up being heavier because it's cheaper to make stuff heavier, right, than it is to make it lighter. So there's something to think about there. But to be honest, not a terrible offering from Benelli.
No, I'm used to seeing stuff like the TNT 600, and it's just being absolute wretched garbage.
Yeah, it's like this should not exist. This is just bad.
Like I saw a poll. Somebody did like a 0 to like 100 poll on a Benelli 600, and it took them like 12 or 18 seconds.
That's brutal.
This is really, 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 really slow.
Yeah, that sucks.
But again, this is an ADV bike, right? So you're meant to be doing just
trundling down little trails and stuff, right?
You're not necessarily supposed to be ringing it out, and you're not necessarily meant to be crushing crazy off-road stuff with a bike like this, right?
Yeah.
This is your fire road, light, flowy trail kind of thing, but not single track necessarily.
I think this could be a really cool commuter bike. I'm seeing the windscreen on there. This could be a great, everyday kind of bop around town kind of bike. The price point makes a lot of sense for beginners. Honestly, kind of interesting. Not terrible,
Yeah.
This isn't striking me as like the Royal Enfields of the world where I'm just like, why would you get this?
Yeah, this does not feel like hot garbage.
Yeah. So I think the biggest comparison I think people would want us to make is like this versus Himalayan, right? Because the Himalayan is Royal Enfield's budget priced little adventure bike offering. I think this is a better bike on paper so far. I haven't ridden either one of them, but I think on paper the Benelli makes a strong case.
Yeah, the Himalayan is a single. It's a 400cc single. It's absolutely atrociously slow, and it makes like 27 horsepower.
Yeah,
which is worse than a DRZ 400.
Yeah, 27 horsepower.
Yeah, that's really bad.
It's bad.
So, and this has more modern styling. You know, it's a little bit more expensive, but this kind of feels like one of those Chinese motorcycles that you might actually look at and think about.
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked at how many offerings there are in this like sub 600cc adventure category. KTM 390 Adventure, the Benelli, the Royal Enfield Himalayan, the Honda CB500X. And I think there's one more that I can't remember.
There's the CSC 500.
Yeah,
the one that Zach and Ari tested.
Yeah, there's that one too. So
that's 5 right there.
5 of these super small, tiny ADV bikes. Cool, you know.
I think this is a good place for light bikes. This is a heavy bike, but if you made one lighter, an ADV bike's perfect.
Yeah,
for a lot of reasons, for a lot of people.
Yamaha, it's time to make the Tenere 300.
Yes, they should.
With the R3 engine.
Except they need to make that R3 engine a 270 crank. That would be really spicy.
That'd be dope. Yeah. All right, enough about the Benelli. Let's move on to our next bit of news.
So our next piece of news today comes to us from Norton, and this one is a little bit more dense. I read up on it a little earlier, but the whole situation here with Norton has been kind of interesting to follow. So a little bit of background for those of you who might not know. Norton went through a buyout. They had a lot of debt. They weren't making a lot of money, and they had a lot of pre-orders and deposits down on some of their crazy V4 bikes, those silver ones. I forget the name of it.
I don't remember either. It was the V4 Superbike that they were making,
And you can actually see it getting made right there, which is kind of neat. And TVS, this Indian company, bought them for 16.1 million pounds, something like that. And now they're basically at the point where they're trying to pay off their debts to all these companies as they were trying to stay afloat. And they're basically giving, the way that I read this out is they're giving people who have deposits an option out, which is a little concerning to me.
Yeah. So basically, to me, it sounds like they feel like they will not be able to fulfill on those deposits. So they're like, hey, you can get your money back.
Or at least not for a while.
Yeah.
Because obviously no one buys a company with the intention of not making anything with it.
Yeah. This reminds me of when you bought into that super wide monitor thing that took like years to even hear back on, right?
I'm still waiting for it. I paid my final deposit. I'm owed something at this point.
Yeah.
But COVID hit them and whatever. Yeah. But they had the buyout was 15.1 million pounds for an intellectual property. So that's buying the motorcycles, buying process engineering and all that crap. And then they spent £1 million on equipment and stock, so whatever they had left.
Yeah.
And now they're like basically the wolves are at the door. And the bottom line here, deposit holders have been given the option continuing their orders with the new TVS Venture. Where is it? Further claims have come from trustees for 3 pension schemes, although BDO simply say they're receiving legal advice on the matter. For those people, it's going to be a long time before the situation is complete.
Sounds like a bit of a financial mess that Norton finds himself in, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is going to end up being another situation almost like Benelli, where they're bought by another company.
Yeah.
And very little of what's left of the name is there. Obviously, they're going to try and make the same bike, but they're going to try and sell it. They got to make that 16 million pounds back.
Yeah.
So,
or at least have some path to revenue on that investment that they put down. I think it would be a bummer to see Norton end up like Royal Enfield, for example. And again, I'm not hating on Royal Enfield, but I just think it would suck to see the name of a company that to me had the same cachet as a Triumph. I mean, back in the day, Nortons and Triumphs were interchangeable. They had the whole Cafe Racer thing.
Triton.
The Triton. I mean, clearly they wanted to make a V4 Superbike, which is a big undertaking. They had experience racing in the Isle of Man. It'd be a bummer to throw all that away and just make like cheap Chinese bikes.
Yeah,
that would suck.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't see they need to pay out their pensions, man. That's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah, you can't just forego pensions.
That's at the point where you're not paying out pensions, you have a serious problem on your hands.
Yeah.
Which is obviously why they were looking for buyouts. And apparently there were 3 different offers on the table, and the TVS offer was the best.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, TVS also manufactures those BMW bikes, right?
Mm-hmm.
The little G310s.
I think they also make the KTM 390s.
Do they?
I think because I think both of those are produced
In India?
Both of them are produced in India or
Thailand?
I kind of want to say Thailand,
Yeah.
yeah. Because that's where the Harley Street 500 is built, is Thailand.
Yeah.
But this is a company that actually can screw together a competent motorcycle.
Yeah.
They might not be particularly fast, but the 390's a ton of fun.
Super fun. Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see something from this, but this is just like a continuing story that's slowly developing, and it just seems like it's getting worse and worse every single time. It's like peeling an onion with Norton right here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we just keep weeping. So wishing all the best for Norton. We'll see what happens. I feel like we've been following this story for a couple months now, kind of seeing what happens with them. So we'll stay up to date on it and see what goes on.
Yeah, and then our final piece of news is...
I'm excited for this one.
I have called it big-ass scooters. So, we have a Honda announcement. I'm going to play the teaser trailer here in the background.
Forza 750.
It's a 750cc scoot, baby.
God damn, dude.
That's a big old scoot.
750cc scoot. For when you gotta go fast, but you still want to sit like a scoot, you know? Yep. I understood something about scooters starting about 2 years ago when I went to my first time at EICMA in Milan, is that once you spend time overseas, and especially you go to these trade shows, scooters are fucking huge, man.
They're big scooters.
They move scoot volumes like you would not believe. If you're out and about in a city, you'll see way more scooters than motorcycles, way more. So I don't know if there's a market for a super scoot like this, but I know that they sell a ton of scooters because they're cheap. You don't need to have a full motorcycle license to ride a lot of them. This one, you must have some sort of license. This one says it's A2 compliant.
No, that's the A2 compliant is the Forza 300 and 125.
Okay, cool. I was like, did they detune the Scoot 750? You must really just love scoots where you're like, you went from the 125 to 300 to the 750. It's like, just get a motorcycle. Come on.
I love how this one has a TFT dash on it with like apparently user modes, a gear position indicator.
And Yamaha cannot give that on the MT-07. Come on. Come on, man. Come on.
This thing is... It's going to be enormous.
Is it the same twist throttle situation like all the other scoots?
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Look at this like almost Ducati style headlight on it too.
I love it. I love it. There's a 650cc scooter that's really popular actually. I saw it everywhere in Israel and also in France. I cannot remember what it is. I don't think it's the Bergman 650, but it always said like Max 650. It was everywhere. So if anyone knows in the comments what I'm talking about, that'd be great. But there's this 650 scoot that everyone loves over there. So maybe this is to compete with that.
I mean, I've seen a few super scoots around here. These maxi scoots they call them.
Yeah.
And they're basically, it's like a 700cc engine on Grom tires, no ground clearance, and you're essentially sitting in like a Barca lounger or a massage chair.
It's incredible.
And you're just riding along like that, and they're enormous. These things. Yeah. They're like the size of the Hayabusa almost.
Yeah. I like scooters, but only the little ones, like
the Vespas.
Like the Vespas and the 50cc's. Like there's a 2-stroke scoot that I've gotten to rip around the paddock a couple of times at a CMRA race, and I love just ripping around the paddock on a 50cc scoot. It feels so pure and fun to me, but I wouldn't want one for the street, I don't think.
No, God, no.
Not really my thing.
Because it's all of the fun of riding a motorcycle with none of the fun of riding a motorcycle.
I think, though, just being on two wheels in a super, like, low-stakes way is kind of cool, though, you know? Like, just kind of bopping around town, just you're on two wheels and you're kind of just, just goofing around. I like that, in a way. It's kind of like the Grom.
Yeah, but are you prepared to spend upwards of...
How much is this thing? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I don't think there's going to be a price listed in here right now, but it's...
Look, go up to that top line. It says, Honda aiming for maxi scooter glory with new Forza. Come on, man.
Okay, let's do a quick Google, because I know BMW makes a maxi scoot.
Yes. God, they should make an M package for the scoot.
I gotta believe they... Look at the size of that thing.
11 grand.
Wow.
11 grand.
Wow. That's an expensive scooter.
Jeez, man. Yeah, it comes on little 12-inch wheels. The 11 grand for a scoot. You gotta really love the scoot life, man.
I paid that much for my SMCR.
Yeah, that's how much my sled was before all the fun Ducati expenses. But yeah.
I mean, good grief. Look at the... all right, so there's your shock right there.
Yeah.
There's your... That's got to be a shaft drive.
BMW, dude, of course.
It's got twin discs up front to
You gotta
rein in
stop.
all that horsepower.
You gotta stop, dude.
God damn, man.
Confident through the city streets.
Get...
Oh, go up really quick. Oh my god, that's so funny. Go up a little bit more. Keep going. That little thumbnail right there. That looks like exactly like the S1000RR like promo shot, but just with scooters. So it makes me feel like it's some alternate dimension where the S1000 doesn't exist and it's just like scoots, and they're like, hell yeah, bro, make life a ride.
Wow.
What is it about scooters that makes them so fucking uncool? What is it?
I don't know. It's got to be like the step through nature of it. You don't feel like you're riding anything.
Yeah, you're just kind of just sitting, you know? That must be it. They're so goofy.
But I look at it and I'm like, these make a lot of sense. They can go 55 miles an hour. They can carry all your groceries. This
scooter will go way faster than 55, dude.
I think
650 it'll do at least 100.
I don't know if it'll go that fast. I think it'll do 70.
Gotta Google it. C650 GT Max top speed.
Here we go.
About to get some Busa Boy results on this.
C650 GT top
speed. All right, over-under is going to be 112
miles an hour. Jeez. Oh, my God.
On 12-inch wheels?
No, thank you.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
They got videos on it, too.
All right, we gotta see it. Oh, that's 0 to
100 kph. Top speed. There we go.
Is it
that
this
third
one?
one? Yeah.
All right.
Test. Top speed. That's a C600. Look at this guy on this fucking scoot, dude.
Any day now, bud.
Any day. I think it's about to start. There we go.
Look at the dash on that thing. I'm gonna mute that. We don't need
just music playing.
ZZ Top.
This is great. This is like Busa Boy dash cam footage, but with the scooter.
It really is. That's unbelievable.
Oh, here we go. Passing cars. Wow.
In what world do you, like, you're sitting in your car.
Look at him.
And some maxi scooter just blows by you.
Honestly, in Europe, it happens all the time. Look at him go.
I like how he's got his foot down drag race style. That's awesome.
But he's squitting. He's just wearing a t-shirt. He's like, fuck it. It's a scooter. Who cares? I'm not going to die riding this thing. Grip it and rip it, Fabio. Jesus.
Wait, does that have a clutch? Or is that's got to be rear brake?
I think it's just rear brake. Yeah, I don't think they have clutches. That's incredible.
The world of maxi scooters just got bigger because Honda's dropping a 700 on you.
Dude, Honda's coming in with that big stinking dick.
Dude, this is the next stage of the Speed Wars right here. The maxi scooter Speed Wars.
This you know when boomers talk about how like our generation is broken, this is why. The Scoot Speed Wars. God damn it, man. Yeah, I mean, if someone wants to give me the keys to a Honda Maxi Scoot, screw it. I'll take it for a rip. But
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles.
750cc. I just love aiming for Maxi Scoot glory. You didn't have to write it like that, but you did, and I really appreciate that.
I just love the aggressive red tones. It's like they're shooting the R1.
Yeah, I know, but you zoom back and you're like, oh, it's a Scoot.
Whoops.
Yep. Whoops, got to twist throttle. All right, with all that news out of the way, we will now jump over to the call-in section. Let's do it. But now we're going to have our Discord boys call us in, and we're going to answer some questions. Let's do it. Remember, if you want to join up and ask us questions, yammynoob.co, become a member, and you can get signed up.
You might even be like Noel and win a free R1.
Seriously, yeah, you could be like Noel. You didn't think he was going to win. Hey there, you're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Oh, sorry, there's a delay. I need to take my headphones off.
That's okay.
I gotta do this. I'm sorry. Lambert off. Alright. So the actual reason why I was calling in was I'm getting rid of my GSXS 750 for a cruiser and something else. I have two options right now. Like a Ninja 400, a like RC390, like the standard beginner bike, or since the Aprilia RS 660 is coming out in November, supposedly, I might be trying to wait for that. Any suggestions?
So you're going to trade in your GSX 750 for two bikes? One's a cruiser and one's a small display. Is that what you're doing?
Oh, no. I'm selling it potentially to a buddy of mine. We're trying to go and get some stuff figured out right now, but
okay.
It looks like with the price that he's willing to pay for it, I'd be able to get like a cheap cruiser, like a Honda Magna, or just something to pedal around on until I'm able to go and get something else.
Okay. Between the two bikes you mentioned, the 400 and the RC390, even though I do own an RC390, I would still recommend the Ninja 400. It's just a better bike overall. It's just a little bit easier to ride, easier to live with, and then once you inevitably convert it to a track or race bike, it also makes it a little bit easier too. Spite, what do you think?
I gotta go with the Ninja 400.
Yeah, it's a great bike, isn't it?
Yeah, having that extra cylinder helps a lot. It's less backyard build than the RC390, less creaking plastic. Also, again, you'd hate to bring up the reliability. According to them, they fixed it.
The RC is still weird, yeah.
Yeah, even the modern
Mine still
ones.
Pees oil.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I thought you'd solved that issue.
It's solved, but it did for a long time.
But the RCs are weird. So part of me just says get good Japanese quintessential perfection, honestly. But what are you trying to do with the little sport bike?
I mostly have like flowy back roads around near me. It's that and like suburban riding. So having a 750 is a lot for what I have nearby, and I want something that I'm able to push a little bit without, getting into illegal speeds.
Well, the 660 is going to make like 115 horsepower, so that's still going to be
It was just 100, but it's still quick, yeah.
It might be 100, but even 100's fast.
Yeah, the RS660 is going to be a decent little bike, honestly.
I know that it would be a bad idea for me to do it for what I want to do, but I mean, it still is an Aprilia, and
I do.
What do you think about the idea of the Tuono though? Because it's still an Aprilia, but it's going to be comfy.
Yeah, but he's saying his 750 is too much. You want to put him on a Tuono?
No, the Tuono 660.
Yeah.
Oh, the Tuono 6. I thought you meant the
No,
regular
not the
Tuono.
not the straight up Tuono. No. I'm talking the 660 Tuono.
Okay, yeah.
That seems like the way to go.
Yeah, he said he was going to wait for it, but again, like, we don't know if it's coming out or not. It's still kind of an unknown. So if you can wait, that's cool. I mean, November's coming up really soon, so if you want to wait and see if they're going to release it, but if they do release it, that doesn't mean it's going to hit dealership floors until at least next year, I think. So you might be waiting on it for a while.
True. All right, well, I guess that means I'm going from a 750 up to a V-twin Tuono. Good to know. Thanks.
Yeah, there you go. Enjoy it, man. We'll catch you soon.
Yep, thank you.
All right, bye.
That's interesting, going down that far. Normally a lot of people go down like from the leader bike to the 750, 600.
Yeah.
But hey, it's whatever makes sense. The 400 was so much fun.
Super fun bike. Yeah. Germany 2 boy, welcome.
What's going on, guys? So I have a thing on the scooters we talked earlier about. Not about maxi scooters, but like 50cc thingies. Because we have from Eastern Germany a small scooter that's called Simson, and it's a 50cc scoot, and people are tuning them like crazy. So it's really fun to see. Loads of people riding those. Let me just search a pic. I'm uploading it in the Yamcast. So they are 50cc scooters and like 2 HP, I think, stock. And people are tuning them up to like 15 to 20 HP.
What?
What?
Yeah. They put big bores on it, like 80, 90 cc's.
Fucking two strokes, man.
I actually had one at a stoplight next to me on my 400, and he just pulled a wheelie off the line and left me standing there.
Wow.
So crazy.
What a man.
Yeah, I have a video too. I posted it earlier. That's like what those guys are doing, and it's totally crazy. So if you want to watch it, I definitely recommend it.
So you said they're boring them out to 80 or 90 cc's, right?
Yeah, scroll down all the way. Yeah, he put it up there and then at the bottom as well.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I got to imagine something that is basically just a bicycle, but then with 17 horsepower, that's got to be crazy and very fun.
Yeah, those things weigh like 70 to 80 kilos.
Yeah, that's nothing, you know?
Yeah, it's really crazy.
You can tell this.
And
You can tell by the
also
levers this
small.
guy has in this video that he's a complete squid.
Yeah.
That's he's called Quirly. He's like famous for this.
Yeah.
stuff.
That's insane. Okay, my question was, what is the point? But
Dude,
obviously,
come on.
just to say that you have a 50cc or 80cc scooter that just absolutely can annihilate something in a straight line is really kind of funny.
Yeah.
What a he's going down this mountain road with shorts on, no shirt, no guardrail.
Oh my God, yeah. On a bike that probably is flexing so much and is just so wibbly wobbly and small, and this is incredible. Yeah, you guys are nuts out there, man. Like, we do some dumb shit, but this is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that's the Quirly style. He's a YouTuber from Germany. He is known for this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely out of his mind.
I love this. This is excellent. Thank you so much for sharing this, German A2 boy. You always have so many treasures for us, and I really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, man. Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Bye.
What's funny is I've seen comments on YouTube being like, you got to look up the 50cc two strokes in Europe and this and that. And I was like, oh, fuck off. Like, I don't care. And now looking at that, I'm like, I want to see more of this.
Yes.
This is crazy.
I wonder if we could find one. That would be an interesting shop.
I'm sure we could. Hey there, you were on the Yamcast. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. What can we do for you?
So I have a bit of an interesting idea. Right now, about 6 months ago, I bought a 390 Duke. It's been absolutely amazing, awesome bike, had a ton of fun on it. But I've been riding for a long time, and I was thinking about my next bike. I kind of want something I can work on, and I was thinking about like an older Ducati 748. What would you think about that?
First of all, 748 is a gorgeous motorcycle, and I think I think they did the 916, and it's the same body style as the 916, and which is with the smaller engine. And everyone says that's the one to get. So that's a very cool motorcycle. Now, as far as like, you know, the project capabilities of it and what it's going to take to do everything, man, that's going to be a big undertaking. So you're talking carburetors, you're talking Desmo valves, you're talking all kinds of stuff. You will definitely become a certified Ducati simp by the end of it and really, really know and love your 748. If you can find one that's running pretty well, they fetch a really decent price, honestly. They're pretty expensive, but if you can pick up a project one, that could be pretty cool. Spite, what do you think?
Man, I would say make sure you have another motorcycle.
Yes.
Absolutely don't get rid of your first or second bike or whatever. Keep one around, because if you find a project, there are going to be days, if not weeks, that you're not riding that motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really going to suck. So if you want to go that route, I totally applaud it. I've learned a lot on my DRZ. I've come to love and hate it in equal measure. But if it was my only motorcycle, I would be very sad.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, the 748 is just so pretty, so I don't blame you. That was back when they were still doing the single-sided swing arms, got the dual headlights. It's a very, very cool bike. And And it makes the right amount of power, too. It's a really neat thing. Yeah. So if you want to do it, do it. But yeah, just know what you're getting into because that's going to be a big thing.
Okay. Well, yeah, thanks.
Cool. We'll catch you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of 748 project bikes.
No. Those are
And
usually
for good reason.
Those are usually the guys who are like all about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they wheel it out once on a really pretty 70-degree day.
Yes.
And then they put it back in the garage under the cover on the little
Yeah.
Ducati branded mat that it
Yeah.
sits on.
I feel like I'm going to have a bike like that one day. I don't know what it's going to be, but some classic, beautiful bike that I take out every once in a while, you know? And then all my other wretched bikes that I beat up constantly.
One of them's got to be a CBX.
Yeah.
You got to get the CBX at one point.
Imagine synchronizing 6 carburetors. Or maybe it's 3 that goes into 2. I don't know, but it's too many carburetors.
Yeah, no, you do not want to have to do that job. You're going to have to just give it to somebody.
Yeah.
Because that would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's bad enough to get one carburetor to work. Yeah. And then Josh has 2 on his bike, and he has to sync them.
Yeah.
Every time he takes them out. No, I applaud him for starting on that SV650.
I do too. I don't think he knew it was carbureted when he got it.
Yeah,
honestly,
that was rough bubbles to hear him talking about how he had to pull the whole thing apart. I was like,
dude, I told him, I was like, I really want you to ride the SV650X that we have, just so you know what the new one's like and how simple life could be, you know?
Yeah.
I love how German 82 boys, like, he came in with the splash, and he's just been one of our like top tier members. For now.
Absolutely. He's
calls in, always has the meme game on point. What a guy.
He's got a great entry this week.
Does he?
Yeah, him and Kialna teamed up for a video.
Yeah, our contest seems pretty cool. Yeah, I want to get Josh to ride the SV650X, and then part of me wants to get him on the Panigale.
I feel like he could handle it,
just
honestly.
Enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, to be honest, going from the...
It's not that fast. I wrote it today. It's not that fast, but I'm biased.
The R1 has just broken us at this point.
It has, yeah. The Busa and the R1 have just redefined everything for me.
Hop him on the Busa. He's a Suzuki boy. He can handle it.
I'd love to get his raw impression on the Busa. That'd be great. I don't give a shit if it breaks. Hey there, Michael. You are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. What can we do for you?
So I just wanted to ask, how far about would you guys drive for like a motorcycle, like that you're buying?
That you said that I'm buying or considering to purchase?
Yeah, like I called last week and I was telling you guys about how I'm looking to get a CBR 500R. And I found a pretty good deal on one, but it's like 260 miles away, which I don't know.
What part of the country do you live in?
I live in Northern Virginia.
Okay.
And I forgot the exact location of where this bike is, but
yeah, you don't have to tell me the exact. I was just curious what part of the country, because for here in Texas, like 260 miles is not that much.
No.
Yeah. I mean, here's what you have to think about. Like, you have to think about how much it's going to cost to transport it from where it is to back to home, right? You could do it on the cheap if you get yourself a U-Haul. You just drive up there, pick it up, come back. It might cost you a couple extra $100. But if you got a really good deal on the bike, like $2,000 off the price normally that it would be or something, then it could be worth it. But you have to think about, is it worth my time and effort and money to go there and pick it up? You can also ask if they'll ship it down for you. Sometimes they do that if they really want to move the bike. So there's a couple options that you could think about.
Well, so I have a twin brother who's been riding for a few years, and so if I were to go through with it, I think I would just drive up there with him and have it ride it down.
Oh yeah,
so
there you go.
I don't have to worry about like getting a trailer. I don't know why. I feel a little weird about driving so far for like a bike that I think it's going to cost like $5,000, a little just under $5,000. So
I don't think that's that bad. The bike I recently am thinking of that I bought, I went down to Houston to pick up the Husqvarna Svartpillen 401 that we're giving away. I went down there with my truck and picked it up and came back. It sucked. I did it same day. I had to drive 3.5 hours there, 3.5 hours back. It took the whole fucking day, but I got the bike and it was the only one that was for sale within like a 500-mile radius of me. So it can be worth it sometimes, but yeah, it's easier to buy local if you can. But if the right bike shows up, I'm not opposed to it. Spike, what do you think?
yeah,
I drove to Houston to get my DRZ.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm completely content to drive. Here's a question for you, though. Is it in state?
No, it's in a different state.
Okay. You will have to deal with title transfer. Out-of-state title transfer, depending on where you are, can be a little complex, but it's nothing that a local titling agency can't help you out with. You might have to pay a couple extra bucks to get it titled in your state, but that is just something to consider.
And is that something that because it's a dealership, is that something that they could help take care of? Or is that
absolutely. Yeah, if you're buying from a dealership, they'll be able to sort it out.
Yeah.
And, oh gosh, I meant to ask one more question. It just totally slipped my mind. Oh gosh. All right. I don't know.
Well, if you remember it, be sure to
well,
drop it in the Discord. We'll try to get to it.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the Discord if I have. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
All right, thanks,
You
man.
too.
See ya. All right, I think we got time for one more. Yeah, travel. I think, well, technically the furthest bike I've bought was the V2 that came from Reno, but it was delivered to me. So.
Yeah. I'm completely content to travel to get the right thing.
Yeah, if it's the right bike, yeah, for sure.
It's all about measuring how much you're willing to put into getting either a killer deal or the only right bike. You know, for example, I was thinking about getting the Roadster, and the only Roadster that I could find in the entire state, in the entire country, no less, that was white with the security system and ABS, was in Reno. So it would have been me flying out and riding back.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'd make it a whole journey, and I'd have to find a Harley-Davidson dealer halfway through so that they could do the first service on it at 1,000 miles.
That's insane. Yeah, because it's well over 1,000 to get to Reno, I think.
Yeah, I think it's like 1,800, 1,600, something like that.
You'd get very familiar with that motorcycle.
Very quickly, and I would probably not have feeling in my fingers anymore.
No. Yeah.
So I'm personally very glad I did not make that choice.
Yeah. I don't think, I think you would, like, halfway back, you would have been like, I've made a terrible mistake.
As much fun as it would be to have a Roadster.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Maybe someday. The only problem is they canceled it.
Yeah.
They're not making them anymore.
Yep.
Crying shame.
Alrighty, guys, since it looks like no one else wants to call us, we're going to jump over to the contest portion of our podcast. And if you are listening to this on the audio-only portion, be sure to go to YouTube where you can watch the full audio-visual experience of the contest. It's also where you can see our beautiful faces while we do this episode. Alrighty, guys, for this week's contest, we decided to do something pretty fun. Spite, what happened this week?
So we were thinking about contest stuff, and this was the perfect time since we just launched the Ducati. We just given away the R1, and we just did the R1 versus Ducati video. That just came out.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do was pit the Discord boys against each other a little bit. We have Team Ducati and we have Team R1, and we were saying you should make a meme simping for your bike or hating on the other one. And we're going to see who wins. So
I like this.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of fun. We might do it with the Groms coming up. I think that'd be a lot of fun. We're rating them this week on our usual funniness and quality, but I've added effectiveness here. And we're going to grade it on the Pokemon scale. Not very effective, effective, and super effective.
Sweet.
So this is all going to be, and the winners, we're going to give them a special color for the week in Discord.
We'll
We'll add a little color to them. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to have like the team prize is the fancy color, and then we have our normal weekly prizes first through third place.
Sweet.
So let's dive right in. The first one comes from AG Silence, and I'm not entirely sure which team he is. I didn't hear back from him.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to figure it out which team he's for. It seems pretty down the middle here.
So he made a text-based meme here, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is, what are the Mario Bros views on Yamaha versus Ducati? Mario says Japanese road time is better than Italian mechanic time. Luigi says Mario's a race traitor, Ducati for life. So I think that's referencing the fact that someone on YouTube said that our thing with Mario and Luigi was racist, and I was like, Italian isn't a race. So
I remember that comment.
yeah, I was like, it's just a nationality. We're just goofing around.
Yeah.
So I think maybe he's referencing that. That's kind of funny though. Yeah. I don't know which one he's for. Yeah. So that's kind of up in the air about which team he's on.
Yeah, so I think for that one we have to go ahead and give it either just a not very effective or we can't really apply it there.
Yeah, we'll say not very effective because we didn't know which one it was meant to be.
Yeah, so not very effective. So funniness.
That's pretty good. Maybe a 7.
7? Okay.
How do you feel about it?
I was thinking like a 6. It made me chuckle, but
That's true. 7 is a pretty hearty laugh. So
Yeah.
6. Yeah. Sorry, AG.
quality.
It's a text-based thing. Pretty decent. I think like a 5.
Yeah, feels pretty middle of the road.
Yeah.
Next one, we've got Holgard, who's a new member on the Discord server.
Yeah, it's a Panicale V2. Ducati. Verbally, sparky, low-end, grunty. Not fast enough, it doesn't have enough horsepower.
Wow.
Man, this thing's nimble.
Wow. Oh my god. That was great.
That was good.
That was super high effort. Holy shit.
That one to me feels very effective for the R1.
That was very effective, yes.
Now, funniness.
Solid 9, I'd say.
Yeah, that was a really good entry. I chuckled really hard when I was watching that.
Yeah.
Quality.
I think a 9 as well. I mean,
Yeah.
that was solid. Like,
Coming
that
out
was
hard, too. That's
really good.
18 right out of the
Yeah,
gate.
holy crap. And so the way you're going to do this for the teams is like their total points is which
Yeah,
team
so
wins, right?
not very effective. We're going to call 1 point.
Okay,
Effective 2, and very effective is 3.
gotcha.
And unfortunately, we have more people for the R1, so the Ducati boys really got to come with it today.
Uh-oh, all right.
So our next one comes to us from Jim Moriarty.
Classic.
Classic here.
Yeah. So it's, you got Rossi kind of putting his hand up away towards the Ducati, which also very good that Rossi did that because he had 2 very unsuccessful years with Ducati.
Yep.
And then giving a little thumbs up to the R1. So I like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So how do we want to rate that on effectiveness?
I would say it's effective. Is that a category? Can we say
Yeah,
it's just
so effective is the middle of the road. That's
Yeah.
our 2-pointer.
Yep. I'd say it's effective.
Funniness. It was pretty... It was,
Yeah, I'd give it like a 4.
okay.
Yeah. It wasn't. It was like I knew what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny.
Quality.
Quality.
I think the quality's a little... Because it's cropped in a little strange.
Yeah. We're gonna give it like a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a good meme though.
A good meme, yes. Next up, we have Gol Brew Brew, our first V2 boy. This was obviously Team R1.
Yeah. Let's see some V2 simping. Okay. A 955. There's a 955cc engine that pulls 155 horsepower and 77 foot-pounds of torque. YZF-R1 has a 998, 200 horsepower, 83 foot-pounds of torque. It says weight. How much does yours weigh? 448 pounds. A Riverdurci fat boy. It is true. The V2 is 7 pounds lighter than the R1. It weighs 441, which is not much, but it is lighter
Yep.
by a very slim margin.
I also love right here, it's small, but that guy's holding a cup of tea with his foot.
Yeah. That is pretty good. And then he's flying away on a biscotti. So that's pretty funny. Yeah.
Agreed. So how do we want to rate that one on effectiveness here?
I would say it's effective. Another
Yeah.
E.
Funniness.
A 5?
A 5.
5?
Quality. I feel like quality's a little higher on this one.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking like a 6.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Next one comes to us from Perhana. Also a new member on the Discord server. Holy cow, look at all those go.
That's because the thing, I had a notification, so yeah.
All right.
Wow, okay. Yamaha R1M job, and then Ducati V2 hot tainted golly. Yeah, it does do that. Now, is this pro Yamaha or pro Ducati?
I thought it was pro Ducati because this is where the
the patrician kind of better thing is, right?
The fancy poo is always the good one. So I had to infer a little bit here that this feels pro V2.
Yeah, this definitely is pro V2. Yamaha R1M job. Rim job. Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
So how do we want to rate that one on effectiveness? I feel like that one was kind of...
Yeah, I'd say not very effective. I didn't quite because like, yeah, I mean, I get it, it's pretty funny, but I don't know. It didn't move the needle for me.
So on funniness...
Maybe like a 5?
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of middle of the road.
Yeah.
Quality.
I think also a 5.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Next up comes to us from Discord138, another new member.
All our new members.
All those boys showing up for the Ducati reveal.
Yeah.
Quite simple here.
The Yamagale. Why am I a little rubber ducky?
It's the yam plus the duck.
That's good. Yeah.
Yep.
I like the little Panigales underneath the big Panigale.
Yep, they're the wheels.
Yeah, that's the wheels. Yeah. I like that. It's
agreed. Good. Pretty simple.
Although he has me wearing a Ruroc helmet, which...
Is that a Ruroc helmet?
Yeah, it is. That is not acceptable.
That's gonna dock it a little bit.
That's gonna dock him, yeah.
So effectiveness.
I'd say it's effective.
Yeah. Right? Funniness.
How about a 6?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Quality. The Ruroc helmet.
Yeah, the Ruroc helmet I didn't like, so I'll give it a 6. Though.
A 6.
Yeah.
All right. That one officially becomes second place right now.
Whoa.
Because we had that one right out of the gate that was super up there. Now we're going back to Team R1 with Bandit 1250. I wonder what he rides.
Yeah. This happens a lot, man. It's weird. I've seen in I think it's like in Russia and some other places where like just super rich people just buy like V4s and just fucking nuke themselves.
Yep.
Alternatively, also in Saudi Arabia, they'll buy V4s and just do massive nooners on those highways, just swerve back and forth, you know? So you never know. I love that.
This always reminds me, there's this clip of a dude who just bought a Gixxer 1000. Cold tires, and he immediately just like loops it in the parking lot.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So rating this one on effectiveness, I think that one's
very effective.
I'm not sure if it's it's like just on the line.
Yeah, I'd say effective.
Effective.
Let's be conservative here.
Funniness.
I got a good chuckle. I'd say a 7.
Agreed.
Got a nice chuckle out of it.
Quality.
Boilerplate meme, just text on screen, about a 5.
A 5.
Yeah.
It's another 12. We may have a runoff for one of our places here. So next up we have, oh boy, this one.
It's a joint entry this time.
This is a joint entry. It's the first time we've had one.
They're collaborating now.
Yeah. This one's very good.
Prepare for trouble.
Make it double.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all the people within our nation.
To denounce the evils of biscotti.
To give you the blues like Pavarotti.
Giola.
A2 boy.
Team R1 blast off at the speed of light.
Surrender now, prepare to fight.
That's one.
Wow. Cross collaboration. Well done. I like German A2 Boy's busted ass shirt with just the logo kind of slapped on there. If we can go back, by the way, German A2 Boy, what are you looking at me with those smoke shows of your eyes, my dude? Why are you hiding that beautiful mug behind the helmet, my man? We will never know. We will never know. That was great. That was really, really good. I'd say that was very effective.
Absolutely.
They did that was a Team Rocket thing, right? That was supposed to be. That's cool. So funniness, I think it was a solid 8. That was great. I really liked it. Yeah.
And quality, this one, they put a lot of effort into that one.
They had to collaborate across boundaries of countries, right? Because she lives in the UK and he lives in Germany. So that's a lot of effort. I would say quality was a 9 here for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
17 for Kielna and German A2 Boy. Next one comes to us from Matthew. This one is for the V2.
Our members have some fun, don't they?
Yeah.
Look at that. He's got a long one. Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, it is a little bit lengthy.
All right, Yammie fans, this is Matthew from the living room. Got your hot, crazy motorcycle matrix.
Oh my
It goes
God.
from 0 to 10 hot, 4 to 10 crazy. Anything under a 4 crazy shouldn't exist. You're riding a scooter. We're going to stop over here, your hot, crazy line. This is where you start hopping on your sports bikes going all the way to Happy Town. No-go zone. Anything you've seen, hashtag shit bikes, stay away. Below here, not hot, not crazy, Harley hell. You'll stay there for your whole life. I'm talking to you, negative. Danger zone. Up here, you got your H2s. You got your superleggers. You got all that other shit you can't pronounce. And, as we love to say it affectionately, we have, bam, the insanity that is a cross-plane R1. Yammie said it himself, too fast, not good for the street, not fun enough. Down here, fun zone. SV650s, somewhere in here, your Honda CB500s.
Oh my God, dude.
Everything in here is what you know and love. FCO7s, everything. Right up here, you're getting a little hot, you're getting a little too crazy maybe to own all the time. This is the Twisted Roads loan zone. It's where you want to be, you want to rent it, you want to ride it, you want to give it back. Right here, this ideal world, hot as hell, not very crazy. Oh, that's where these simps love to live. That is where. 10 hot, obviously, 7 crazy, perfect for the street. The ideal placement for a motorcycle.
Oh my God! No, that's. So do you know what he's referencing? Have
Yeah.
you seen that video?
Yes.
Yeah, that is unbelievable.
He did a great job.
God damn it, that's good.
That's like,
And he even got the cadence of the guy who did the original video, dude. That was really good.
it was really, really good.
I'm gonna call it. That's a double 10.
Yeah, that's
That's a double 10.
absolutely.
God damn, dude, that was incredible.
That
was very good.
It
It was so well thought out, you know?
he put a lot of effort into it. He definitely like scripted it out a little.
Yeah.
Great job.
Great delivery. Well done. It's rare that we do double 10s, but that was really good.
Yes, 100%.
And such a rare reference for the hot crazy graph. I haven't thought about that in years.
I feel like we have to give, this one was just so good that this almost feels like it was more than very effective. This is like a critical strike, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe we'll call that
Crit.
like a 5.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, next one comes to us from Rambo Sudafed, which is,
The other thing about that guy's videos, he's not wrong. That is where the Ducati lands.
yes,
That
It's
it's
perfect.
accurate too. Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck. All right. We got to see this next guy. But
absolutely perfect.
Man, really good. Beautiful. Yeah. I would love to just chuck in some spaghetti. Like, if I was a true just, like, mad lad, we would have done the original thing where, like... So, in the original Panigale review video, I wanted to take, like, a pot of tomato sauce and just chuck it on the bike. But I came to my senses and didn't do that. But if I was truly mad lad, I would just, like, chuck spaghetti into the Panigale and just throw spaghetti on it. That'd be great. But I do have some semblance of sense. So, yeah.
So we have to rate that one on our effectiveness scale.
So he's Team R1 because
He's Team R1.
He's kind of dogging on the V2.
Yep.
I'd say it's effective. You know.
Yep.
A good dig. Funniness, a 5. I didn't really get a chuckle, but let's give it a 6.
Let's give it a 6.
I think a 6 is more fair.
Quality?
I think here's a 5.
Yeah. Right middle of the road.
Right middle of the road. Yeah.
Last one comes to us from WEBLEY, also Team R1.
Sorry if you're watching, but this is just a better bike, man.
Oh, jeez, I can't even keep up at all.
Why? You know? It's unbelievable. This machine is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hasn't changed. Oh, I have the tuner.
No crust.
No crust.
Yeah, we did simp pretty hard for the R1.
Yeah, but that was my first ride though.
Yeah, it changes you.
It really does.
It changes you.
Noel, if you're watching this, you
You
gotta
will be changed.
strap in, bud. That's gonna be a fun first ride.
A lot of giggling.
So, effectiveness here.
I think it was effective.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think that was a good one.
Funniness.
I think a 7.
Agreed.
Got us on that simp card. Had some editing going on there.
Quality.
I think an 8. That was a really high quality. Did some edits, went back, got the photos, did everything. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So we've got some orders to go through here. Just looking at this, we have 2.
You're not gonna hit him with the sum if.
I can't. I can't do it without my keyboard here.
Okay.
So and then we've got 3 from Kielna and German A2 boy, and we've got a 2 from the next one up, and then we have 5 from the next 2 up. So for the R1, we have 14 points. That's a strong showing.
Yep.
So next up, we've got.
So Ducati V2 is 10 for effectiveness, and R1 is 14.
Yeah, which means that the R1 has defeated the Ducati.
Oh, we're not. Oh, okay. It wasn't the total points added up as well to the.
So that whatever was left goes to the Ducati here.
Okay, gotcha.
So Ducati scored 10 points.
Yeah, so team R1 was the winner. Yep. Surprise, surprise, of course.
That seems how it always is.
Yeah.
But for our weekly winners, our first place goes to Matthew with that just absolutely perfect video.
Honestly, that was incredible.
That was really, really good.
A meme is born,
And then, I mean, maybe we got to put that somewhere. Is that too long for like an Instagram?
Oh, no, we can definitely put that on Instagram. Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll get that one to Josh. And then our second place goes to Hulgard. And then we have a bit of a situation with our third place, which is German A2 boy and Kielna.
He's always getting podiums.
Now, German A2 boy is technically not eligible here for this one.
He's not, so it could go to Kielna for this one, who has not won yet, right?
Who has not won yet.
Yep.
So do we...
I think German A2 will be fine for this week.
Yeah.
Not getting another prize. So we'll give it to Kielna for coming in with the double effort there.
Yep. So we'll give third to Kielna. And there we go. We have some people who need fancy, shiny stuff on their names, and we've got some prizes to mail out.
Sweet. Well, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Yamcast. We do appreciate it if you make it all the way to the end, because I know it's long, and I do love and appreciate you. Catch you in the next one. See you later.